Hey guys, welcome back. This is Brad Woodall from probateresource.com. I'm back again with my friend April Jackson. She's a probate attorney from Nashville, Tennessee, and she's talking about all things Tennessee with us today. And on this video, we're going to talk about a question that gets asked a lot, and that is, what if I can't afford probate? Probate's expensive. Some people don't have $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 right now, liquid today, to spend on a probate. So what are some ways that they can get through that, right? Because at the end of the day, sometimes probate's required to sell certain assets and you can't get the money until the asset's sold. So how do you get from A to B? And how's that work?
So for Tennessee, and in many other states, your attorney is going to be paid for probate, your attorney is going to be paid either a percentage of the estate or hourly rate.
Okay.
And some attorneys are going to require an upfront deposit. Now, if you pay that deposit to open probate for an estate that obviously isn't yours, you are entitled to reimbursement before creditors get paid, before distributions get made. You are entitled to be reimbursed whatever funds that you spent specifically related to the estate. In some cases, attorneys will kind of waive that deposit or lower it if they know that there are significant assets in the estate. So they're going to be paid, once the house sells or once you get access to that bank account. And so they'll kind of hold the fee until they've opened probate and you have that option. That is kind of the, if you can't afford probate, you can see if your court has some type of affidavit of indigency that would allow you to open, without paying court costs, things like that.
Yeah.
My favorite thing to do, though, is when I have a strategy session with a family who comes to me and says, hey, I need probate. And we go through what the assets are. We find out that there's been, a well-implemented estate plan, and we don't actually have to go through probate. So that is always my favorite news to give people, because you want to be considerate of the fees that you're paying for probate. You don't want to be wasteful of those. And so that is, you want to make sure that you have to go through probate before you start the process. I will say that I've seen cases go through probate, and then when I'm in court, I'm like, why did you open this estate? So make sure that you actually have to go through probate. And a good way to avoid having your family have to go through probate is to have that solid estate plan. There are also some other resources. If you think that, a small estate is a little bit cheaper than doing a full probate, if that is something that is accessible to you based on whatever's in the estate. There are also other tools that I know we've talked about or will talk about in future videos for assets like a vehicle. Sometimes you don't have to go to probate for the house.
Right. That's great.
So, a benefit to the way that the Tennessee statutes are written.
Yes, that is great. Yeah, we've done another video about heirship affidavits or affidavits of heirship in terms of transferring real estate. So go check out those videos as well, because you may not actually have to go through probate if you're just trying to sell the house. It may not be required. So awesome. And in terms of, also I'm going to add this in there. If you do have to go through probate and you're having to incur these costs for one reason or another, I've mentioned this in other videos, but there have been cases, and we will actually pay. If I'm going to buy a house from a family, I will pay the deposit to the attorney. I'm risking my money, but there are some paperwork and things in order that I would want to make sure that gets signed to ensure that I get reimbursed for my costs after the property's sold. And usually if you're working with one of my preferred attorneys and we, do business together, my attorney will also usually agree to get paid out on the settlement statement at the end. Usually what they'll do is just send an invoice to the title company, and that'll get put as a line item on the HUD, and it'll just get paid out on the HUD, or the settlement statement is what it's called. They'll get paid out the rest when the property closes. And then I'll get reimbursed for my deposit that I put down. I have been burned by people that were dishonest in the past, so I do have some paperwork that I require if I'm going to do that, but in some cases we will do that. So don't let the fact that maybe you don't have, there are ways to get through this. There are ways to pay for the probate to get this done. If you know that you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, the finish line is coming soon, and there's the cash, there's the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow right there, but you got to get to it, right? And you need some money to take the bus to the end of the rainbow. There are some ways to do that. So awesome. Well, thanks again, April. Guys, if you want to get a hold of April, you can go to her website. We link her website below in the video. Also, if you're on our website, probateresource.com/Tennessee, all these videos that we're doing with April are going to be on the /Tennessee page. We'll also have a link on the page to April's website, and she has some great tools over on her website, some of these affidavits and that sort of stuff, and explanations on how to utilize them. So go check that out. Thanks again, April. Stay tuned for the next video, guys.